Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the work of one of modern theory's most important and, let's be honest, most challenging thinkers, Gayatri Spivak. Yeah, Spivak's work is famous for this tension, right? It connects these huge, abstract ideas to very real-world situations. Our goal today is to unpack one of her most powerful concepts and see just how it works in practice.
So, to really get a handle on Spivak's ideas, it helps to see her the way she sees herself first and foremost, as a teacher.
For her, the world isn't just a thing that happens to us. It's more like a text, or maybe a classroom. And our most important job is learning how to read it carefully, to really see the forces that are shaping everything around us.
Okay, to see what this looks like in action, let's start with a scene that's probably pretty familiar to all of us, the ideal multicultural classroom. This is something Spivak really wants us to question.
You recognize this setup, don't you? It's that perfect picture of harmony and recognition. We're all celebrating diversity, learning about otherness. And you know what? It feels good. It feels like we're doing the right thing.
Well, for Spivak, this whole well-intentioned model is basically a mirage. It looks great from a distance, but up close, it's hiding a reality that's a lot deeper and way more complicated. So she peels back that first layer, and what she finds is this hidden connection, a kind of secret that unites many immigrant groups who might otherwise just see themselves as totally different from each other.
And there it is. That's the secret. Beneath all the celebration of cultural difference, there's this shared, often unspoken, economic hope. It's the hope to avoid poverty, to escape oppression, to find real opportunity, all within the system of capitalism.
So the thing is, we're not just bringing our cultures with us, we're bringing our hopes for a better economic life. And that plugs us directly into the very system that Spivak says we need to understand. It means we have to do more than just celebrate our origins. We have to really get a grip on our new position inside this huge global economic machine.
And this brings us right to her core concept. This is a much more demanding way of understanding our place in the world.
I mean, if that old multicultural model is just a mirage, what's the real work we should be doing? Well, Spivak proposes an alternative, and she calls it transnational literacy.
Now, this is not just about knowing a few things about other cultures. No way. This is about mapping the systems of power, of money, of politics, that connect every single one of us, whether we see them or not. It's about figuring out how the world really works.
This chart here really nails the shift she's talking about. You can see it, right? It's this move from being a passive tourist of other cultures to becoming an active, critical mapmaker of our own position in the world. It's a huge difference. Spivak, she loves to use literature to show this shift in action. Take Amy Tan's novel, The Younger Generation's Idea of Luck. It's not about spiritual survival anymore. It's about playing the stock market. It's about finding your justice inside the capitalist game. And that is just such a sharp contrast with the original club back in China, where, in the face of war, money was literally meaningless. Back then, the only real joy was hope itself, not the hope of a stock market win. This is exactly the kind of shift that transnational literacy asks us to see.
Okay, so let's see how all this builds to one of Spivak's most challenging ideas, and that's rethinking who actually gets to be called post-colonial in America.
Now, this reordering, it's definitely provocative. Spivak argues that the true post-colonial experience in the U.S. belongs to those who have struggled against what she calls internal colonization. Think about centuries of systemic oppression within the country's own borders, like that faced by African Americans. So, for new immigrants to come and use that same label, well, in her view, that's a mistake. It ignores the fact that they've moved away from a post-colonial country and into the very heart of a new global power. They aren't escaping colonialism. They're actually participating in a new center of economic power.
So, what's our responsibility in all this? As learners, as teachers, what does transnational literacy actually demand from us?
Spivak often turns to writers like the Algerian novelist Assia Jabbar, who really understood that writing your own identity in the language of a former colonizer is a painful, dissecting process. It's not some simple act of self-expression, it's complicated.
This image from Jezebel is just so powerful. She's referencing a severed hand found after a massacre, and what she suggests is that our task isn't just to tell our own personal story. It's to use the skills we have, our access to the pen, the column, to give a voice to the memories of those who've been silenced and mutilated by history.
At the end of the day, this is the challenge Spivak leaves us with, to become transnationally literate.
It's a call to engage with the world not with easy answers, but with real care and a willingness to understand our own complicated place within it all. So the real question she leaves us with is, are we brave enough to read the world that way, even when the story it tells about us is an uncomfortable one?